Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Welcome to the second cabin out here. We're headed to the other one, y'all. I got a negative feedback and I 100% deserved it. And it was really a mistake that I made while my store was on time away, which I have not done very much this year. I'm actually just about ready to do it again for just a day or two. And I keep it open, sales can still come through. But I made this mistake, and I know some of you maybe have too. And there's a lot of things that can screw up your eBay account, but this is just one small one. All right, I'm gonna read you the feedback really quick. I'm gonna pick this item up, but I've got 22 things headed out of here today and a bunch going on. Let me turn the AC off. This one right here, y'all, it's really odd sometimes. You might remember me selling these. I bought like 5 or 6 of them, I think 6. And they sold super quick, but this one did not. I have no idea why it didn't sell. It was priced a little above the other ones because of the type that it was, but it was certainly in the range. And I just delisted it and relisted it a little lower, and it sold for $20 plus shipping, paid $1. Trying to get right to the topic today, and I got a couple of mutts out here. Come on. I gotta read this feedback to them real quick. Here's your treats. There's one for you and one for you. All right, Mullen jumped right up there. Right on that. We've got that listed over there. I think I was going to do it on Tickwitty. I can't remember what I said I was going to do in the last video, if I'm putting it on eBay or what. But anyway. All right. This was for Little Brat's Spring Break Blitz Chloe doll with accessories, new in package. Okay. And then it says read on it. And that's what threw me off a little bit on this. But again, this is my fault. This was their negative feedback. They said, unfortunately, there was a shoe missing from the package. Contacted the seller. They offered a partial refund, but never issued it. I'm like, that sounds about right. So I did put my store on time away mode for a few days. This was a little while back. And I got a message during that time away that I didn't look at. It was 2 days later before I saw the message. And I looked at the message. Then, well, let me tell you about this. Dooney & Burke bag. I paid up for this one a little bit. Pretty nice. Look at that with the tag. I think I paid $40 for it, and I thought maybe at the time I could maybe get 120. Well, I didn't get 120. I'm trying to find a price on it. I don't see one. At any rate, we did get $95 for it, so it's still a decent profit. So I was, like I said, I was gone. When I looked at it on my phone, the initial message, I was somewhere doing something with my kids, with my family. I can't remember, and so I just gave a quick reply, and I said, hey, I'll check this thing out. You know, I looked at the picture of the thing and I'm like, I think I see a shoe in there. This thing was new. I bought it with a bunch of other new stuff, I thought. And I said, I will issue, I said, if something's missing or if I've missed this listing up, I'm going to give you a partial refund. But let me do it a little later if that's okay. I was thinking that night I would get my computer out and do it. And I just simply forgot. So it was a couple days later when I saw the negative feedback. I'm like, I screwed this one up. So I remember looking at this. Let me show it to you. I don't know if you see this, but I listed it as new because I think it's new. Everything was exactly where it was supposed to be. Everything was there. You see the 2 shoes right there? And so that's why I wanted to be able to look at it on my computer. It said read in the title. I wanted to go through and look at the listing, and I didn't have time right then. So I sent that message, and I'm like, I'll do it when I get back. And I forgot. And so there's the problem right there, right? That's what I did. And you know what? Ever since... And I used to I'm very good about this because I'll list when I'm on vacation, when I'm gone for a couple days, I'll still get on there and list. But that particular time, I didn't list for 2 days straight. And that's, you know, it's not completely something that doesn't happen for me. It doesn't happen very often, but there are occasionally times where I won't list something for a couple of days, but it's pretty rare. It's usually when I'm gone doing something or some major event or something. And so I really encourage people out there, and I'm doing this now. I'm leaving for a few days now, and I've already got an alarm set each day at a time where I'm usually up and nobody else is, where go on and check your eBay messages. And also with sales, even though that store is on, or sales, even with time away, vacation time, it's always important to go on and look at those sales. Even if you leave it open for people to buy and you have that date, I go on and I send them a message and I'll say, hey, thank you for the purchase. Hopefully you saw my message, but if you didn't, I'm going to ship it on this day if that's okay. If not, let me know and I'll cancel the order. See the dog in the window? Jess over there getting boxes for shipping out live shows. We did some live shows this week. We did 2 fairly big ones, I guess. You want to go see Jess, y'all? That's what these boxes are for right here. These were commons. She has to ship a Dibdid show as well. And then a Dibdid card show, which reminds me of something. I got a shot down over there. These Adams Idea Women's Clubs, they went out on discount. You know, they would have sold better, but these grips are trash. And they sold for just under $100, I think, $91 plus shipping. Now, here's what I should have done and could have done. I could have gone back, and that night in the hotel, or wherever the heck we were staying, condo, I don't know. I'm oblivious half the time. I just do what my wife tells me. And I should have gone and looked at that listing and be like, wait a minute, you know, looked at the whole thing. It's like, this doesn't make sense. And I may have even asked a question like, hey, you know, see these two shoes in there? Are you sure nothing came in there? You know, whatever. I didn't even do that. I would have done that right then, and I would have worked it out, and I would have figured something out. I probably would have said, listen, send it back, and I'll give you a full refund. And then hopefully they wouldn't send it back. But I didn't take the time to do that, and it really cost me a negative feedback. However, I did send a message 2 days later, 3 days, whatever it was, when I got back, and I said, hey, you know, I'm sorry. I know I said I would do this, and I didn't do this. At that point, when I made that mistake, I wasn't going to say, hey, return it at that point. And yeah, they could be a scammer over a shoe. Think about that, though. That means they bought that thing because they wanted the shoe, and they were going to take the shoe out and then send everything back, get a full refund. They got a free shoe, complete whatever. That seems very illogical to me. So it's possible, I guess. Or the other option is they just wanted a partial refund and they were fishing for it. The message, I have a sense about these things after doing this long. I didn't sense either of those things. So I don't know what I would have done in this particular case, but I screwed it up, so I didn't even have those options. And they left that negative feedback, so I sent them a message, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, I told you I would do that. I didn't do that. Here it is. My apologies. I was gone. I just didn't check. It was my fault. And then they didn't reply for a couple days, and then they did reply. They said, okay, thank you. Appreciate that. And I said, okay, would you mind? I did it. I waited a little while. And I said, would you mind, if I sent you a feedback revision to change it? And they said, yeah, that would be fine. And I gave them a partial refund, I don't know what I gave them, 20% or something, 25, I don't know. And they were okay with that. And then they didn't respond to me, and still haven't. So I guess you get what you deserve. If you don't respond quick enough, then you're talking to them and they're not responding. So I don't know. I might contact eBay on this one because they said they would remove the feedback. They just never did it. And maybe eBay will take care of it for me. I have a viewer sale here and a viewer question that I'm going to get to in a minute. But since I'm over here, my terrible chicken scratch, the Filipino flip, me and my daughter sold. It was quite a bit of cards. $200 and something came in, but she was getting tips for her gymnastics Leo on there. So that number got inflated and I gave it to her. And then she's going to give it to her mom to pay for part of her Leo. It's like, what are we doing here? At any rate, Dibdid cards, we made a profit on that show of $140 on some packs that came from the Filipino flip. So we're up to $1,627 so far on the $1,000 investment. We still got a long way to go. Even the high dollar boxes are still to go. We're already $627 in the profit. This guy right here, this was $5 on the table. Now I bundled it together with a bunch of stuff, so I probably paid $4 for it. But I was not going to leave it there. It has not been tested. I just listed it. I figured somebody would like it, and probably a viewer, and Kevin bought it. So, Kevin, I appreciate that. So, it's probably $4 into $14.25. Like maybe you got a send offer or use code Commonwealth for 5% off. Either way, it's not much of a profit, but man, I'm not going to leave that stuff there. And here's what's funny. I've never bought one of these in my life, nor have I ever seen them. And then all of a sudden, in the last few months, I've bought 2 of them. You might have heard the dog barking, so come on. Come on. Just you. All right, this is what Kevin says. My family always loves watching Home Alone movies every Christmas. So does mine. I wanted to share an update. I shared with you in the past about my fight with multiple melanoma. I do remember this. Incurable cancer. Well, it came back last year, and I am in remission thanks to the procedure at Ohio State. Praise God. I continue to do my reselling side hustle to help with my medical expenses. Always enjoy your videos. Please keep me and my family in your prayers. Best wishes to you and your family. God bless you, Kevin. So thank you very much for sharing that. I certainly hope it stays in remission. amazing to me how resilient people can be and still do things like reselling in the face of that, just mentally, and that is a testament to you. So appreciate it. Had another viewer sale. I think we had 3. You guys are really kind to us. I think this is the right Barbie. I was at a sale just last week, and I bought it was an expensive yard. Matter of fact, it was the same one with this. And so a lot of stuff was priced, you know, I mean, not ridiculously high, but a little high. And they had a Barbie case, an old one from like the 60s, just jam-packed full of stuff. And so I took a couple of Barbies out with the clothes, see if they're all matching and stuff. And this one, this is Sunset Malibu Francie, twist and turn Barbie. I don't know. So for $23.70 plus shipping, but I wasn't going to go through the whole thing and the accessories and the clothing and everything. So the case with everything else in it, we took one more Barbie out of there, is in one of these boxes here because we sold it on Shop Commons. And so we made a profit just on the case and on the clothing easily, quickly, and then a profit, more profit on this, more profit on the other item. We'll probably make 50 bucks, 60 bucks in 3 different sales. Honestly, it might be more than that. I don't remember what that sold on Shop Commons for. I remember being pretty happy with it and thinking somebody's going to be able to turn a profit on it as well. So thanks, my husband and I are viewers and enjoy both of your channels, Sue. Sue, I appreciate it very much. Sold another one of these, the Hulk Hogan stuff. I don't think I'm going to sell out in this frenzy, but maybe. I don't know, $12.95 plus shipping on that. A lot of people ask me why this hasn't sold. It's because it's not for sale. It was a gift from Rod Picking and Punching. And that was a gift from the Daily Cabbage, Sarah, over there. And so I have a few things in here not for sale. Most of the signs and stuff are not for sale as well, but almost everything in here is for sale. So I took a break for a minute and I needed some water. So I went upstairs and got some water, and I was just responding to comments over on this channel, the last video that came out. And I saw a question. I'm like, hey, let's just throw this on the video. Laray, I think, L-A-R-A-Y. Hey, Kevin, I like your opinion about this problem, and I would like your opinion about this problem. And probably more people out there have seen this. My eBay sales have been down this year. It's been like all year. I feel like my prices are fair and have decent items. Here's what I'd like for you to figure out. I gotta let the dogs in. Sorry, y'all, I keep interrupting. Come on, you guys gotta make up your mind. I just opened another eBay account under my granddaughter's name. While doing listing under that account, I noticed the shipping seems to be lower for buyers to pay compared to my listings. I started comparing both accounts with the same weight box side by side. Noticed that my account is charging buyers an average of $2.60 more per item shipping than what it does on her account. Do you figure this shipping cost would be this? You would figure that the shipping cost would be the same for everyone, new and older seller. Can you wrap your mind around this? I really think this is why my sales went downhill. Also, granddaughter does get extra kickback from shipping cost. Granddaughter does get extra kickback from shipping cost. Now that part threw me off. I didn't read it the first time. Okay, so here's how I was going to answer it, and I'm not quite sure about that. So if she gets a kickback, aren't you getting a bigger kickback? Or do you think that the actual charge is different? Because here's what you said about charging the buyer more is what's got me intrigued. So first I would say, yes, a lot of people experience slow sales because their shipping is too darn high. And if you have calculated shipping on an item, and if you have calculated shipping on an item where you're not returning that money, I don't mean after the fact, I mean on the purchase to the buyer, then you're going to be really uncompetitive in different markets. So it's why I advocate for flat rate shipping and just choose a price and put it on there. You lose some, you win some, and in the end, you're better off. You have a much bigger market to sell to. However, that's not the only way to do it. It's not like it's, dogma that has to be followed. There are a lot of folks who charge the full calculated shipping. They're getting a big kickback. Their buyers are paying a lot and they're killing it. There's a lot of people doing free shipping out there that are killing it. So you can do it any way you want. But if your prices, when I list an item, because it's got flat rates, so I know where I can be competitive with everybody. I don't even really care what the shipping price is that much, unless it's a huge item or something. I'm trying to be competitive with the overall price of the item. And so I'm looking at what other things are selling for, plus the shipping, and trying to be in that competitive range. And if you have not adjusted your calculated shipping, my guess is, this is a guess, and you can tell me in the comments if I'm right, is that eBay has probably instituted something where all new accounts are automatically giving that percentage back to the buyer, or at least a percentage of it. I think that's the case, and I think that's your answer to why your sales are slow. I'm going to let all the pros out there comment down below as well, and maybe you can get some good feedback on it. But the overall price, if you're selling $15 items, you're doing calculated shipping on a 2-pound item or something, a lot of people will see, depending on where they're at, they will see the shipping cost rivaling the cost of the item, and that is a just subconscious no-no for people, even if it's still competitive and compared to other items. You'd be much better off using a flat rate shipping price and bumping the price of the item up. Just psychologically, even if the numbers are exactly the same, you're going to get a few percentage higher, I would say a lot more higher sales. So check that out, and definitely give if you're doing calculated shipping, I would give a portion of that bump back to the buyer. That's what I would do. Xbox 360 games, they're not big money a lot of times, but I feel like 360 is fairly resilient. This is a FIFA Soccer, and it's got a crack in the top. Still sold for $10.50 plus shipping. I don't list a lot of video games. I don't list any consoles anymore. They all go on either Dibdit or Shop Commons, usually Dibdit for video games. We ran 3 shows. I know this is a little side note, but since you're looking at all these boxes, we sold just a tick under $2,500, 3 different shows, hour long a piece. One on Commons, one on Dibdit, and one on Dibdit cards. Jess is in here. She wants me out of here. The margins were terrific on those shows. Better than usual. Probably, they might come close to 50%. That's after I pay Jess with her. And she's going to be in here. She was in here for a couple hours shipping that one show. She'll be in here for a couple more shipping the Dibdit show. And Reagan will probably do the cards, although we're leaving here tomorrow, so I don't know if she'll get it done. Jess may have to ship those. But thank y'all for joining us over there on Dibdit cards, and Shop Commons, and all those marketplaces. It's been fun. Middle of the summer can be tough, y'all, and we're having a great time over there. And it's making my life on eBay so much easier, because it would be like a lot of that stuff is Stampin' Up. It's got a lot of value to it. I got it in massive quantity. And so I was able to take the time saved from that to really list the things that I love to list, because that would have been something, that would have been a 2-week-long project, just going through every single one and listing it. A lot of money to be made, but I have so much stuff that makes it well worth it. Y'all, I just had 3 more sales come across today. It's going to end up, we're going to be shipping out $1,000 worth of stuff today by the end of the day. Vera Bradley, not perfect. Great on this side, not as good on this side, but not bad. That one sold for 20 bucks plus shipping. Why didn't y'all tell me I didn't have a hat on? I got my hair cut yesterday. I'm like, I won't put a hat on this morning. I forgot. All right, these should be in here. And this is just something I can't pass up. I love these old canisters. This is not Tupperware. Can't get it out. But they're nesting canisters. And I'm like, somebody's going to want these. They're not high end, but they're just awesome. And I think there's 4 of them, but they, like I said, they're nesting. So that really makes it worthwhile. There was scratches on one of them. So that one went. This one, there's no message on the purchase, but I do recall Christopher sending me a message in the messaging system. So I miss those a lot, y'all. So if you ever want a shout out or something, let me know in the message to the buyer when you purchase it. But thank you, Christopher. I appreciate it. I think you said your wife was going to keep these. They didn't go for a bunch, 21 bucks plus shipping, but I love them. I just checked out of curiosity's sake. We're not quite at 1,000 for the day. Maybe by the end of the video, we'll get one more sale. That's headed out of here. They didn't all sell today. Some of this stuff sold yesterday. But we're at $929. All right, here we go. I mentioned I bought these the other day to sale. I think I paid, what did I pay? Were they asking 15? And I bought 4 of them, and I got them for 50. I think that's right. I can't remember. Something like that. I know I didn't pay more than 15. They're each selling for 45. And we sold 3 more of them today. And they're all going to different people. These are Stitch, Miniso. I don't know what it is. Minoso. Like those Labubu things. I don't know. But they're Stitch. That box is not in great shape. Everything in it is new, and these boxes are in better shape. So $45 a piece plus shipping. I normally put the internet towards the end of the video, but I'm going to put it right here this time. because of the kindness of somebody who's been supporting us for a long time, Troy. And I have no doubt you probably already have one. Please do not ship this order. If you want, put it up again for someone else to get. Thanks so much for all you do. My wife and I love to watch all your videos. We learn a lot when we pick and sell. Love to see the family and the animals. So I'll tell you what, you guys are awesome, Troy, both you and your wife. And so what I'm going to do is something a little different, just as a thank you to you. I'm going to take this and we're going to put it over on Dibdit as a $1 offer, free shipping. And we'll put it up over there. I'll try it when I'm editing this video. That's when I'll put it up over there. And y'all can go over there. You can just put a $1 offer in on that over on Dibdit. And then after I get back from where I'm going, maybe 7 days or so from the time you hear this, I'm just going to pick a random offer from somebody for $1 and I'll ship it to them for $1. And we're going to give that, since you're so generous, we're going to give that. You let me know in a comment on a video where you want us to give it to. Typically on these, we'll do St. Jude, or we'll do Ronald McDonald House, or Isaiah House, or Compassion. So one of those, you just tell me. Or if there's something else, it's easier because we've got systems into those. But if there's something else, you've been so great to us, that's what we're going to do. And because of your kindness, I know it'll get your eBay store moving. Now, we're doing a ton of those $1 offers. You'll be hearing announcements, and I'll post them here on this channel in the community section as well. Where are we at? Here it is right here. This is kind of a cool item. And sometimes this stuff takes a while, but it eventually sells. This is a personal butler little sweeper. One sold for $30, $29.95 plus shipping. I don't know, what does it do? Sweep up the breadcrumbs on a table or something? I don't know. Anything you want to use it for? You ever been to a sale and you just like the people and you start talking to them and then it's like, man, I can't buy anything here. Well, that was this sale. This is like a denim looking Mickey Mouse hat. And they were from Southern California. We just started talking. I'm like, oh, I'll buy this. And there was 2 of them, which is why I made it. And I think they wanted like $2 a piece for them. I'm like, oh, $2 is probably a $10 hat. It sold for $10.95 plus shipping. So I think I got 2 of them for $3. So $1.50 into $10.95 plus shipping. Not amazing, but I'll do it. Right back to same area. Different bin. Golf club head cover, Strixon 3 Hybrid ZX. Used cover. Right about the same price as the hat. A little under $11. Plus shipping. I know a lot of people just don't like to do that low dollar stuff, but when I get it cheap enough, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It all adds up. I mean, look at these two, y'all. I have got them to stop chewing on that chair. Now this is maybe, even for me, not enough money. I always look at the wrong one. 2 more of the stingers sold. 1, 2. And those are out the door. $7.66 a piece for those. These are skull caps. I just sold a super old item that I didn't even know I had, and it wasn't on 30% off, which is really odd, which means that I probably relisted it at some point, but I can't remember it because I didn't know I still had these. I bought these in where did I buy them? Vegas, like 2 years ago. I thought they were all gone. Anyway, this one sold. Nike tee. Unless my wife found it in a bin or something out there and listed it, I don't know. Over $17.95 plus shipping. It is brand new in the package. Sold an old Ken doll too. I think I might have listed this one too cheap because it went fast. And it looks really cool as well. It's got all the accessories and stuff. I don't know what it is. I think it's a Ken doll. It looks a little funky. Anyway, that one sold quick. $17 plus shipping. Aren't you all? They say McDonald's toys don't sell, and they're usually right. But sometimes when you get a whole batch of them like this, in a buyout or something, I wouldn't go searching them out. Put them all together. These are Minions, Despicable Me. McDonald's toys brand new in the package here. Sold for $15 plus shipping. All right, I gotta go a little quicker. Just told me to get the heck out of here. You take too long, and I was like, I know. So I've still got to pick some more things. I'm gonna do it really quick, but before I forget, I wanted to give a couple of announcements. Some are minor, not a big deal. Just people have been asking about them, so I figured I'd put them in this video before people stopped watching towards the end. One is really simple. I've had these forever, and I have forgot about them. Uncle Steve Picker sent them to me. He sells golf stuff, and he is my uncle, so he's got some CWP, sent them to me. I paid for them. CWP golf club head covers. Check it out. Or head covers. What am I talking about? Ball markers. There you go. So I thought that would be fun. Let's do a little 50-50 charity on these. And we'll put them over on dibditsports.com. And we'll just do them buy now, free shipping. I don't know, $5.99? Is that a decent price? We can get a little bit of money to charity too. And I won't go broke. If you're a golfer out there and you want one of those as your ball marker for a conversation piece, go grab one, and we'll do, I don't know, let's do Isaiah House. We haven't done that in a while. So we'll do that over there for that. Also, my head's going to explode if I get one more message about AI listing. So I've said a while back I was going to be doing some research. I was going to be testing stuff. I was going to be talking to people. I was going to be doing all kinds of stuff. Y'all, you know you're going to want back in 5 minutes. I think Grandpa's here. He's probably coming to get these. Yep, I hear him. They love Grandpa. I better turn the camera off. I'll get back to you in a second. I'm sorry. You don't have to say I'm sorry. I wish all of you had a pop like mine that helps you like this. So he did tell me I had to take him to dinner tonight, so I better get going. Hey, take my mom to dinner is really what he doesn't take a dime for anything he does. I just make sure I take care of my mom. It's really a blessing. So I don't want to get into the weeds because this is not a debate over if this is what everybody should do or not. It's not what everybody should do. And I just knew when this stuff was coming out like crazy, I said, there is going to be people that jump on the first shiny object. It's not going to be the answer because I've been talking to these folks. And I wanted to also curate some, because a lot of this stuff is for big volume sellers. I'm like the smallest plans on some of these things, you know, it's per listing, you pay an exorbitant amount on one. This one doesn't work. This one does work. It's all in the beginning process. I'm not going to get into all that. I'll just say this. Some of you have noticed a link below. I hope by the time this video comes out, and maybe it won't be, but I'm hoping to create a Commonwealth tier for one of these listers that I have no doubt is the best. That's my opinion. And if you are interested in it, there's always going to be a link below. I'm working on a discount for people and a tier. The tier is the most important part for me because the lowest tiers on some of these, 1,000 listings, I'm like, I don't want to do 1,000 listings. I don't care if a machine's doing some for me. And it's not perfect for everything sellers. You know, I've got a whole ton of CDs out there. That would have been perfect for it. We've listed most of them. I've saved some, so I'm working through the process, learning it myself. There's no app for it yet. It's Eeasier, by the way. And, you know, you'll read and hear all kinds of different things from different people. This is my opinion, and I've been crunching the numbers, working things. I'm not a technological whiz. I know there's a lot of people out there creating things and using GPT agent and all that stuff. I can't do that stuff, nor do I want to do that stuff. There's a lot of evolution to come, but for me, I am very comfortable suggesting this. If we can get down to a lower tier, which I hopefully we can by this point, I will go into much more detail in the future, but I'm just giving that a little bit right now so I don't get so many messages. It's flattering that people want my opinion because they sell like me. And I've got a lot more to say about it. Like, it's very, very quick and beneficial if you're batching things together into, you know, all like type items with the same shipping and all that stuff. It's a little bit, I'm trying to learn the processes of, instead of just picking up something and listing it using my phone, to put things into like items and batches and you know, clothing and whatever, to make it really, really fast and really worth it. The reviews that are coming in are very good. I'm very happy about it, and my link will be down there, hopefully with a discount and a special tier for those folks who don't want to list 1,000 things a month. I'll let you know. Sold a second plush today. Sold a Simba. Y'all, there's a Simba down there. That's a modern one. This was an old one. I got it for $1, but check this out. I had a tag on it. I'm like, I know that's going to sell. And it did. It sold for 20 bucks. I know, I'm going to pick this up, and I just remembered. I've had quite a few messages lately saying, hey, I was subscribed to you, and I'm not subscribed anymore. And I don't have the answers, y'all, but if you want to go check it and see, they're like, I was subscribed to both of your channels, even though we got more. But I don't know the answers, y'all, but go check it below if you want to resubscribe. They weren't getting alerts. So that happens from time to time. I don't know why, but it does. I paid up for this lot. I can't remember what I paid for it, but I'm glad I did because I know I didn't pay $100. And that's what it sold for. Homeschooling, schooling time of year, and it sold very quickly for $100 plus shipping. It's math, UC, manipulatives, the book, the DVDs, all of it. $100 plus shipping. And we sold another CD. Those have been flying out of here. We made a ton of money on them. It's another one of the Gore ones. It's Toilet Earth. I don't know. It's probably not something good. That one sold for $27.95 plus shipping. That's a great example of something that you could absolutely fly through using this new technology. So, and we're, you know, when a lot of that stuff came out, I'm looking like 50 cents a listing. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. And the prices over here, depending on which thing you buy, we're talking, you know, under a dime a listing, way cheaper. And it's going to take time, and there's no app. I list on my phone. I'm going to have to change. I'll do it slowly over time as I'm learning this thing. And I have been learning it, but you know me, I'm an old guy. I take my time. My hope is by Q4 that a large chunk of our listings will be done using this technology with manipulation. I'm just not quite there, but man, I have been talking to individuals using different things, and it's like, okay, I guess I got to do this. Turner just wanted to come down and measure himself. We measured him just over a year ago. So 13 months later, there you go. And he left before I got to film him, but I wanted to show you one more thing that sold out of, it sold on, what did it sell on? Dibdit.carts.com, or was it on Dibdit? I don't know where I have this. That's the last pack of Skybox, y'all, sold for $18 plus shipping. All right, y'all, the assessment guy is coming, which means my real estate taxes are gonna go up more likely, unfortunately. But I gotta go in there, so I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank y'all for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next.